Neutral Zone Infraction / That Mediocre Sports Show back for another because we've got an encore performance. Randy's mother wants to see another show. Randy,
My parents have never watched a single show. Actually, I remember I showed my dad the shows that Mike and Rolf and I used to do. He watched 5 minutes and he got bored and he just stopped watching. And he goes, "Oh, those are interesting. I might watch some of those later." He never watched another one, so it was like,
your dad lied to you openly.
he
He looked you in the eyes like I am.
No,
right
he was
now.
looking at the video and said, "Yeah, I might watch more of these later," and then he just... It's like, yeah, my own parents don't think it's interesting enough to watch me, and it's like, I expect other people to watch us.
And this is why he never made it big in TV or radio, because Mom and Dad didn't give him the support that Jennifer Aniston gets. Dolph Lundgren. I can't think of anyone. Brad Pitt. I'm sure their parents were watching their crap stuff.
They went and watched their terrible videos on YouTube.
Yeah. Anyway, so this week, least favorite and favorite players from the AFC
South.
And I have a problem with the AFC South right
too. Off
the bat. Can I just say what it is?
Go for it.
I don't like it. I don't like it because, first of all, I liked it when it was the three divisions.
Yep.
When
it was the West, the Central, and the East.
I can keep track of that. But now you've thrown in a South. And
it's like, oh my God, there's a fourth, and it's a direction on the map.
And how the hell do you put the Colts?
Yeah, that one still boggles my mind. The Indianapolis Colts that are one of the furthest north teams.
How about the Atlanta Falcons in the NFC West? They used to be.
They used to be. They're not there anymore. Right now but they're in the NFC South now, I think. Boy, I'd hate to sit there. No, because the NFC South has Tampa Bay, Atlanta,
the Carolina Panthers. All the teams that have gone to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. So
anyway, I'm gonna say starting out for here. I got to be honest. We'll start with Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, let's start with the Jaguars.
I hated the whole team.
Are you talking about the team that beat the Broncos when the Broncos shouldn't have lost that game?
My least favorite Jacksonville Jaguar is all of them. Actually, it's probably Bobby Brunell. Who's the quarterback? Number 8. Dumbass Brunell.
Mark Brunell.
Mark Brunell, I don't like you.
Might not even be Mark Brunell. I just know his last name is Brunell, and now I can't think of his first name.
Doesn't
the
matter.
Jaguars are so...
You don't deserve...
That franchise is so irrelevant.
And the thing is...
it's I can't even think of the one-star quarterback they had.
And the thing is, I know that we usually start with
Blake Bortles.
We start with our favorite players first, but I really can't. I got one. I don't like the Jacksonville Jaguars. I hated the two-tone helmet. Pick a color and get off the fence. They did finally. I didn't like them because they beat the Broncos. That could have been our first Super Bowl win. And probably would have been. That's another story.
That could have started the 3 in a row right there.
But I don't like Brunell for this a quick reason. He was all over Brady for Deflategate. And he was throwing him out. Just saying, "Oh no, you know." And you're not that good of an announcer either. But I'm thinking to myself, you are talking like you were the greatest of all time. And I don't care what he did to the ball. I don't care if he sleeps with the ball. Don't talk bad about Tom Brady and what he did. You don't know. You don't got any clues. And he was talking about the phone too, No. If I was Tom Brady, I'd have broke my phone too. Because I probably got pictures on there I don't want people seeing.
There was the whole thing with Tom Brady was that he had pictures that he didn't want his wife to know were on that phone.
Okay, but let's just say this.
Allegedly.
Let's say I got pictures of my wife. I don't need you secret people at the NFL.
But the problem was they weren't of his wife.
We don't know
they were
that.
thinking.
We don't know.
It was alleged.
Anyway, Brunell kind of went off on that.
But Brady was quick to just sit there and run it over with his car 16 times.
It's very simple. Drop. Dead.
Oh, no. You got to do some damage because you can still get the data off of those things as long as...
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll flush it down a toilet and you can go look for it. But anyway, I don't like Mark Brunell.
I have just such hatred for this man.
I don't like what he said. He acts like he was the greatest of all time when he says it. He's like...
For me, it's Blake Bortles. Blake Bortles has been
another quarterback. Mark Brunell is what I heard you say.
I said Blake Bortles, who is the current quarterback, and I feel like out of all the quarterbacks I've ever seen that have been given no chance to succeed in the NFL. This guy has been given every chance, and he's still just average.
Well, we both agree.
But it's like, because you remember, it's like back in the day, quarterbacks used to get 4 or 5 years to get better.
Sure.
And they would get a chance
He just got a big contract. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, well, I feel like the Jacksonville Jaguars don't know how to spend their money properly.
Plus, they got the Jacksonville, and we can't figure out where they're going to play, if they're going to stay in Jacksonville. So Randy agrees with me. He does not like Blake Burnell, and I don't like Mark Brunell. So, who's the next one? Favorite player. There's only one good player on the whole Jacksonville thing, and that was...
What, do you think of Malik Jackson, who was the former Broncos?
No, I'm thinking number 71.
Oh, Tony Baselli.
And if you go to any McDonald's in the Denver area, most of them are owned by Tony Baselli.
Tony Baselli was always my favorite. I even have his jersey. So it's like, there's my favorite. I have a Jacksonville Jaguar jersey. That just hit me right now like a ton of bricks.
Somebody should hit you with a brick.
I don't think he went to either Fairview High School or something.
He was from around here.
Yeah, he was from around here. And he was till he had the knee problems, but he was a really good offensive tackle.
He was a great offensive tackle who would have probably been in the Hall of Fame.
If not for the injuries. And he went to the death hole of
Jacksonville, where you just want to sit on the beach. Oh, by the way, off the subject, I'll tell you later. Anyway, on the subject. Next team,
let's do the Tennessee Titans / Houston Oilers.
Now, first of all, I know we're trying to make these short, but I don't like doing the / because to me, I liked the Houston Oilers. I think the Tennessee Titans should have been...
But the Houston Oilers don't exist they exist as the Tennessee Titans.
I think the Tennessee Titans should have stayed with the Tennessee Oilers. I think they should have kept the name, because we all know that Uncle Jed, while looking for some food, shot and found oil in Tennessee. If you don't know who that is, it's the Beverly Hillbillies. Watch the show.
No, don't. It's not a good show.
It's a great show. It's a funny show. What's wrong with you?
It's so boring. I've tried watching a lot of those shows from like the 50s and 60s.
We're not talking about a lot of shows. We're talking about the Beverly Hillbillies.
The Beverly Hillbillies would put me to sleep. It was just not funny.
Well, you have terrible taste.
I'm just sitting there going, yeah, let's take a bunch of hillbillies and stick them in Beverly Hills. Oh yeah, that's a great premise.
Terrible concept.
What a great premise. It
was a wonderful concept. Anyway,
now it's a reality show.
Who?
I don't know, but it would be. It's like let's take people from people that don't know where and put them.
I'm going to tell you what. First of all,
chat to a mansion.
I like the Houston Oilers, but my least favorite player of all time would probably be. It's going to be a Tennessee Titan. First of all, I hate the name. I think it's stupid. I like your colors though. Logo's dumb too. I'm going to go Albert Hainsworth, because there's a man with all the talent, all the tools. And I really liked him, and I wanted the Broncos to have him, and he just sucked it up. Who's yours?
For me, finding the least favorite player, I'd probably have to go back to. The quarterback for the Houston Oilers.
Don't do it.
That played under.
I'm not even going to tell you, because I know who it is.
He's not even going to tell me.
Nope, I know who it is.
But it's like it was a quarterback from the 70s.
Nope, not telling you.
And I can't remember his name, but I did not like him.
And that's good. I'm not going to tell you who it is. I do know who it is. I can tell you. I don't remember a lot. You know that I stumbled, so basically you will have to pick another player. I'm not.
Oh, no. I'm going with that quarterback from the 70s.
Nope.
It's like, and I cannot think of his name, but it's like.
And I'm not. I was going to pick him for my favorite player, but I'm not going to do it now because I don't want you to have it. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
That's why you're so mad, because that's your favorite player.
No, but
because I know who my favorite player is. It was Eddie George. Actually, no. My favorite player was Steve McNair. One of the toughest football players I've ever seen play. I love that McNair had such guts to play the game all the time the way he did. McNair was awesome. McNair was the man.
I'm gonna go.
So see, he was a better quarterback than the '70s quarterback guy that I can't even remember his name. Pardee.
No, Pardee was a coach. Not even
I know.
Close. The coach from when they were up over the Buffalo Bills and got beat. Pardee was their coach.
Yeah, Jack Pardee.
So anyway, I'm gonna go with.
I'm gonna edit it into it, and then the video will get
deleted. By the way, he can't do it because he doesn't know how to edit. My director just sucks. I'm going to go with, actually my director is okay. I'm going to go with, I liked it because of the jersey, 00. Billy White Shoes Johnson was pretty sweet. And
neither one of us said Earl Campbell.
Oh shit, I forgot about Earl Campbell. I was just going to go there. there.
It's like Earl Campbell's another one of those guys.
Hold on, the reason I was going to go with the 00 is because he caught the passes from the guy you can't remember. And that's why I was going with him. But my favorite of all time is is Earl Campbell, without a doubt. Favorite runs, YouTube his runs. He runs over people. A guy named Foley from the Denver Broncos was knocked unconscious from trying to tackle Earl Campbell in the thigh. His helmet hit Earl's thigh, and he got knocked unconscious. Anyway, who's the next one?
The next one would be the Indianapolis Colts.
Well.
I think it's easy for me.
Burt Jones from the 70s, the same other quarterback you probably can't remember.
It's like, no. My favorite is easy because it's going to be Peyton Manning. There ain't no doubt in my mind Peyton Manning is my favorite Indianapolis/Baltimore Colt. So I have no problem picking the favorite one there. Look at it. It broke him.
Well, Johnny Unitas is a good...
But did you see Johnny Unitas play?
On YouTube, I did.
On YouTube, I did.
Okay.
You know, I've had my phone in my pocket my whole time, and I could be just Googling this stupid quarterback that I don't like.
Dan Pastorini, there, I said it.
There, okay, fine. It's like I knew his name started with a P. And he also, I think, raced cars, too. He drag raced, Dan Pastorini.
I think they named a sandwich after him, the pastrami
the Pastorini sandwich. It was probably awful.
It was pastrami.
It was probably very bland and mediocre. It was just basically, it was 2 pieces of bread with 1 slice of old cheese in the middle.
I forgot what I was going to say. My Colt.
That's for not telling me Dan Pastorini.
I told you when you threatened me with the Google. I am going to go with Peyton Manning, obviously, too. Least favorite. And I want to throw out to Artie Donovan, who I didn't see play.
Oh, that's true. Artie Donovan was
number
funny.
70, and a guy named Parker, who played on those teams. The 58 championship team, which I was not even born for. Shush. But Artie Donovan, who recently passed away, he called himself a fat man. He'd weigh around 280, 290, 300, whatever. And this is in the 50s. And he is amazing, and he'd be on Letterman, and he'd be on Carson, and he had a lot of cool stories. So he is my honorable mention. Now, who's your least favorite?
Who's my least favorite? Art Donovan. I'm kidding. I liked Art. I remember watching those old NFL Films videos, and Art Donovan was so funny. Everything he said was just hilarious.
He'd eat a sandwich while he was playing, and he'd drink beer. The only thing I ever lifted was a beer.
And it's like, and he was one of the better NFL players at the time, too. It's like, I'm sorry, Art Donovan, in this day and age, you would have had to have done more than just drink a beer to be successful. But back then, it's still cool that a guy could do that and has that story.
Whatever, I don't know.
It is kind of funny to think
anyway.
about that. But least favorite Colt, it's like, I'm going to go Andrew Luck. I used to like Andrew Luck. I was a huge supporter of Andrew Luck's. And I kept telling Rolf, Andrew Luck is going to be a better quarterback than Russell Wilson. Andrew Luck is going to have more Super Bowl wins than Russell Wilson.
You know, Rolf just likes Russell Wilson.
Because he went to the University of Wisconsin.
No, because he's the only guy that Rolf is probably taller than the NFL, is what I'm thinking.
Rolf, he said it. I don't think Rolf watches these, so I think we're safe.
Well, then I would have to say some more mean things to Rolf.
He just, the injury that's taken this long to heal, and where he's just now throwing a small football. Not a normal-sized football. He's not throwing that yet. He's throwing a small football. And I'm going, well, that's encouraging. If the NFL goes to a small football, Brady will be happy because he won't have to deflate the thing.
I was just thinking that, but I was not going to say it.
I know you weren't going to say it, but I'll say it.
Okay, you know what?
I still think he's the greatest quarterback of all time. I just think it's funny that he got caught with somebody deflating the balls a little bit, got in trouble for it, and became a big deal, and you hated that.
I did. I hated it. I think they made way more out of it than necessary.
It was so much fun to watch.
It was so terrible.
You hated that so much, and I just kept arguing against you because I knew it would get you riled.
You do tend to piss me off. Now, I know how your dad feels. That's probably why he doesn't watch these shows.
It probably is because it would infuriate him.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
And he wouldn't be able to yell back at me until I see him, on Sunday or something.
Be like, is the boy coming over this weekend?
So that I can yell at him about how stupid he is on these shows.
You know what? Least favorite is really, really hard because I don't have a lot of players on the Colts that I disliked because they sucked for so long. Maybe you're right about.
Yeah, I got a quarterback. How about a quarterback from the '90s that had
Jeff George?
There you go. It's like, because that was another one I was thinking of, but Andrew Luck pissed me off, because Jeff George I never liked anyway, but Andrew Luck I was a huge supporter of, and he hasn't shown it.
I like Jeff George because he was at the University of Illinois, where my wife got her master's degree, and he had all the tools.
He did. He should have been one of the best quarterbacks to ever play.
And somebody gave him the head of a dumbass, or the brain of a dumbass.
But he was so good. He was so good. I mean, watching him in college and just the arm.
And he made June Jones mad. That's like making.
Yeah, how do you make him
mad? It's like making Jesus mad. How do you, not to compare June Jones with Jesus, but I'm just saying that June Jones is pretty nice.
Yeah, he's a pretty mellow dude, and it's like, and to make him mad. And not only that, the dumbest thing in the world a quarterback can do is what?
Why you do that? I didn't study. You didn't tell me there'd be a test.
It's say that your offensive line sucks.
That is the dumbest. I was going to say that I'm not paying for this, but you're right.
But bad-mouthing your offensive line, never a good idea if you're the quarterback. Never. I don't care who you are. Even if your offensive line gives up 10 sacks, you just sit there and go, the guys had a tough day. But I know they're going to be better next time, but it was just a rough day for them. And it's like, we all have bad days, and it's like, I know those guys always got my back.
Parcells wouldn't do that.
No, Parcells would make fun of them, but he would do it in private, and he would make them feel bad. He'd say, maybe I should trade you for the entire, Dallas Cowboys offensive line. Maybe it'd be better to have the Great Wall of Dallas than you guys.
Who's your next team?
Well, we went through Indianapolis. We went through Tennessee. We went through we should have went Indianapolis first so that we don't have to go up and then back all the way down.
It's always easier to go up and then down because then you can coast on your way home.
But it's like we're gonna finish this off with the Houston Texans.
First of all,
I was stalling because I couldn't remember them because I kept thinking Houston Oilers.
Sadly enough, I didn't even know who it was. That's why I don't like the South. It's like I don't even know where these. And the thing is too about the South. Is they're irrelevant, as
it's like they have like a team that goes like 9-7, but they get to make the playoffs.
They make the play, and it's like you know what? We don't like any of these guys. Let's just throw them in the NFC South.
Of course, Jacksonville last year had a good record because they had Saxonville, the defense. Saxonville. I should have picked that as my favorite. The Saxonville defense.
Hey, whatever.
Hey,
anyway.
It's what made them relevant for 1 year at least. And they could have beat the Patriots. Think about that.
No,
they could have beat the Patriots.
They would have.
We could have been talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Eagles. And then the Eagles would have just probably won 65-10. But then it would have been kind of cool that the Broncos would have been off the hook for the 55-10 loss.
Yeah, I'm all for that. Well, maybe there's always next year.
What team were we talking about again?
The Texans. And I got to tell you, I do. Funny thing is, I like the logo. I like the name.
I like the colors. I like the look.
The colors are cool. I think they would have looked cool if they'd have kept the Love You Blue.
Yeah.
Because that would have been a cool logo to do with your Love You Blue. But anyway, if I have to go with the Houston Texans, I'm going to throw this. It's either going to be Vince Wilfork or Watt. I like J.J. Watt.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go J.J. Watt.
J.J. Watt is,
look at you jumping on my little Sean wagon here.
It's like
stomping it to crap because you can't take the weight.
It's like
both of us.
Well, I mean, the only other one I could really think would be Jadeveon Clowney, and I do like him, but he's not the player that J.J. Watt is. But he did play very well last year in J.J. Watt's absence, and I'd still love to see a year where those two play together the whole season and stay healthy.
This year we might have it. So who's your least favorite?
See, the Houston Texans don't have a ton. They don't have a ton of history. It is very hard for me to pick a least favorite player. The only one that that even relatively comes to mind.
Jay Cutler.
Jay Cutler was not a Texan. Was Orton a Texan? Because I'd love to say that Kyle Orton was a Texan and then say
I knew Jay Cutler wasn't a Texan.
We know the teams that Cutler's played for. I think.
I just wanted to pick him because
the Fox Network is now my least favorite because I think that's where Cutler works.
I can't think of a Texan.
I can't think of. Then that's the thing because the Texans don't have this huge history. Their history is.
I know who I don't like. I've come up with one. I don't like Cushing.
That's who I was kind of thinking, but it's... Go ahead and give your reason.
First of all, he's a bully. I watched him on one of those hard knock things, and he was very mean to the running back, Blue, who spells his name differently, but I did not like that. And he headbutted a guy, took his helmet off, and headbutted a guy. Stupid. Utterly what are you thinking? And he's hurt all the time. And I don't know if he's all that good.
Is Cushing also the one that's failed some of the...
He has failed because his muscles aren't real.
Oh, man. That's sad when more of the skin was hanging down than was above the arm. So it's like, shouldn't have probably showed that off. I don't think... Remember, I can't edit these things out.
That's the only muscle I've got that's any good. Well, no, anyway. That didn't come out right. Can you edit that out?
Oh, like I said, I can't edit or we'll delete the whole video.
Okay, well, anyway, I'm just saying that I don't like Cushing. I think he's a mediocre linebacker who everybody says is this great linebacker. I think he's either been hurt or suspended, and maybe you can call me Cushing. Maybe you can let me know what your stats are. Maybe your stats are great.
The thing is, when he's healthy, he is, I think he's the shot caller on the defense.
He just called you a dog collar.
Like,
You're the flea collar of the defense.
But for me, it's like that team just hasn't been around long enough, and I haven't developed...
Nope, it's Cushing.
Okay,
I'll
go
his
Cushing.
Name. What's his first name?
Brian Cushing.
Brian Cushing? BK. You are
British
You are my least favorite
Burger
Texan.
King.
And Texas is a big state, and you are still my least favorite.
Oh, no, when we get to the Cowboys on the NFC side of it, I'm pretty sure I could...
I have a Cowboy for you, too, that I don't like, and he plays a similar
He doesn't
position.
play... It's like his name's not Brian Cushing.
Nope.
Oh, but yeah, I could think of that guy, too. Yeah,
I know who it is already, my least favorite Cowboy. I should tell you now, Brian Cushing, so you know just how bad you are. You couldn't serve water.
See, that's why we ended with the
On
Houston
the Denver Broncos.
That's why we ended with the Houston
Where did he
Texans.
go, by the way? He was cut.
Oh, I have no idea. I didn't keep up with Brian Cushing.
I wonder if he's with Des Bryant, on an island somewhere,
Just chilling.
chilling out.
Not really doing anything because nobody wants them.
Not for that money. Des Bryant, I'd take you for $3 million a year. I mean, I can't pay it, but
I'd take you for $3 million.
with the Broncos, I'd take you for $3. Anyway, what else? Is that it?
That's it.
This video's done. We wasted more time than really necessary. This video
That's all right. Most people don't watch till the end anyway.
of the South should have been a 5-minute video. Jacksonville sucks. Colts good. Titans suck. Houston Texans, I like Watt. And I don't like.
But you summed up the whole video in less than a minute.
I did. I'm really good like that.
I should almost wonder. We should redo this one and have you do it that way.
They figured it out. It's up to you if you want to do it that way, but it's really quality video right here.
I don't know. I think we rambled a lot. I don't even know if it's that good of a quality video because there were so many teams that we couldn't even pick out a least player or favorite player.
It's hard to pick. Well, we're dragging it on now, but it's hard when you can't remember the teams in the conference.
Should have done research on this one.
Nope. I don't think they deserved it.
I don't think they deserve it.
I don't want to waste 1 gigabyte on anybody in the South. Not the country, the place I meant.
Of the AFC South.
Thank you.
Football teams. Those are the teams that he's...
So this has been Neutral Zone
Inflaction.
Inflactuation. This has been Neutral Zone Infraction / the South is a below mediocre.
I apologize for the below mediocre show that I'm going to put up on YouTube
I think it's
today.
really that bad.
It's like, I don't think it's good.
I think it's quality.
Well,
I think we just gave mediocre a new low.
We're at the bottom of the mediocre list. Take that.
I stand by this show.
It's like, with all that being said, to the troops, past, present, and future, thanks for the freedom to make a bad show.